So I want to talk about something that I genuinely think is the single most monetization opportunity that's ever existed on YouTube Shorts, and the crazy thing is barely anyone in the space is actually talking about it. In 2022, over 5 billion people engaged with the FIFA World Cup across all media platforms, and the final alone was watched by 1.4 billion people, which is literally 1 in every 5 humans on Earth watching a single event, which is just a number that's hard to even wrap your head around, let's be honest. And 2026 is expected to be even bigger than that. The tournament has expanded from 32 to 48 teams this year, which means more countries, more fan bases, more national pride on the line, and millions of people who have never followed football in their lives suddenly caring deeply about it because their country is in it. And it's being hosted in the United States, Canada, and Mexico, which matters a lot, and I'll explain exactly why in a minute. Now, I've been building Faceless YouTube Shorts channel for about 5 years and earned tens of thousands of dollars each month from them, and when I looked at everything that's happening around this tournament, I genuinely think someone who executes this correctly has a real shot at earning 6 figures from it. And in this video, I'm going to break down exactly what I am doing to make that happen for myself. Let's get straight into it. So, the first thing that I want to explain is why 2026 is different from every other World Cup that's come before it. Because this isn't just like some football is big, make football content. No. You see, there are specific things happening this year that have never happened before and create a window that literally doesn't exist at any other point in the next 4 years. Like, during the 2018 World Cup, YouTube Shorts didn't even exist yet. Then, with the 2022 World Cup, Shorts had just launched. It wasn't fully monetized yet. The algorithm was still being developed, and the whole platform was literally just still figuring out what short-form content even meant. But now, 2026 is the first World Cup where Shorts really exist. The algorithm is operating at full capacity, and creators actually have access to the tools and revenue sharing that make this worth doing. Now, that alone would be enough to make it interesting, but then something happened that genuinely changed the whole picture. YouTube just officially announced a partnership with FIFA, making YouTube the preferred platform for the FIFA World Cup 2026. And guys, I want to be really clear about what that actually means in practice, because, well, I think a lot of people will hear that and, well, just think that it's a corporate announcement that doesn't affect them. But it does, and honestly, significantly. What this partnership means is that YouTube's algorithm is going to be actively prioritizing World Cup content during the tournament. The platform is going to be surfacing and pushing football shorts in a way it has never done before because they have a commercial deal with FIFA. And it's in their interest to make the tournament as big as possible on their platform. And as part of the partnership, FIFA is unlocking its entire digital archive on YouTube. We're talking decades of iconic moments, classic matches, legendary goals, behind the scenes footage, literally all of it. And creators are being given access to this footage specifically to make content. YouTube's own blog called this out explicitly, saying that they want creators involved in the tournament, not just large media companies. There's also a thing that's never happened before, where media partners can now live stream the first 10 minutes of every match on their YouTube channels and can publish extended highlights and behind the scenes shorts as part of the partnership deal. Like, the amount of legitimate football content that is going to be on YouTube during this tournament is actually going to be unlike anything we've seen before. And all of that just trains the algorithm to push more of it, including content from channels like the ones we're going to be talking about building. So let me talk about the money side of this, because this is where it actually gets really interesting. Football content normally sits around, let's say 5 to 20 cents RPM, depending on the audience that you're reaching, which is alright, but definitely not the highest on the platform. But during the World Cup, brands absolutely flood the platform with advertising spend. Every major sponsor, and there are hundreds of them, increase their ad budget. RPMs across YouTube will go up, but I believe that YouTube content specifically will see the biggest spike because, that's where the audience is and that's where the advertisers want to be. Oh, and then there's the hosting location. Like, the fact that this tournament is in the United States, Canada, and Mexico is a massive deal for RPM because North American audiences are the highest earning demographic on the entire platform. A video that reaches a UK or a European audience earns well, don't get me wrong. But a video that reaches a North American audience earns significantly more per 1,000 views. And for the first time ever, there's going to be a massive North American audience that's genuinely engaged with football content. Because in the US specifically, football isn't the primary sport, right? And most people in the country don't even follow it closely at all. I'll be honest, I'm one of them. But when the World Cup is happening literally in their own country, I mean, that changes overnight. Tens of millions of casual fans who have never watched a match in their lives are suddenly interested, curious, looking for content that explains the game to them and catches them up on what they've missed. And that specific audience, English-speaking, North American, high RPM, watching football content during the tournament is probably the most valuable combination of factors that exists on Shorts right now. I mean, come on, for example, let's look at these channels. You can see what's already working in the football short space, and this is literally before the tournament even started. The numbers that these channels are doing right now are going to look very different over the next month. Okay, so now let's talk about the actual content, because the football niche is broad and you can't just go around making football videos and expect to get anywhere. You need to actually pick a specific angle and, well, build around it. The ones I would focus on are these. Player stories are probably the most evergreen format in any sports niche, and football has more of these than almost any other sport in the world. Every country in the tournament has players with genuinely compelling stories that most people have never heard, and 48 countries means an almost unlimited pool of material to work with. Match and moment commentary is taking a famous moment, let's say a famous play, or even a controversy, a historical upset, something like that, and narrating it with your own take on it. And with the FIFA footage now allowed, I mean, there's more footage to work with for this format than has ever existed before for creators. Country and team stories are also incredibly powerful, specifically because of the 48 team expansion. A video about a smaller nation's World Cup journey, let's say their greatest moment, their biggest heartbreak, that video has a massive built-in audience in that country specifically. If Morocco qualifies, or, if some Southeast Asian nation makes it for the first time, a well-made video about that country's football story can reach millions of people who are desperate for that content overnight. Oh, and how football works explainers are something I think is massively underrated for 2026 specifically, because the US audience is going to be watching this tournament for the first time and may not understand the game deeply. So, content that explains formations, explains why the offside rule works the way it does, explains what makes a goalkeeper world class, that content is going to have an audience in America in 2026 that it has never had before. And then we got rankings, predictions, debate content. These drive comments naturally. They're easy to produce consistently. And, well, I mean, they work in literally any football sub-niche that you can think of. The point is that you don't need to cover everything. All you do is pick one angle, get really good at making content in it, and build a channel identity around it so that when someone lands on your channel from, let's say, one video, they immediately understand what you do, and they stay. Real quick though, if you want me to help you actually execute this and build a shorts channel around the World Cup opportunity specifically, I do run a one-on-one mentorship program for exactly this kind of thing. I'm already working with a handful of people in scaling their football niche channels, and I'm personally on track to do over 6 figures during the event. But if football isn't your cup of tea, shorts are still a massive opportunity. Take Chris, who came in with zero experience whatsoever and got his channel monetized in under 2 months. Or Mason, who's in school full-time, started this completely on the side and is now making more than his teachers every single month. You'll work directly one-on-one with me, and I'll work with you until you get results. The link is in the description to see if you're the right fit. Now, back to the video. Okay, so here's the practical side of this. What you actually do, in what order, and why the timing matters. The tournament runs June to July 2026. That's, well, roughly a 6-week window. And the channels that are going to make the most money during that window are, the ones that are already established, already monetized, and already have an audience before the first match even kicks off. YouTube needs time to understand your channel. The algorithm takes time to figure out what you make and who wants to watch it and how to push your content. If you just start a football shorts channel the day the tournament begins, you're going to spend those 6 weeks building trust with the algorithm, while other channels that started, let's say, a month ago are already being pushed to millions of people. So the play is to start now. Pick one sub-niche, start posting, post every day, and just get momentum going before the tournament even starts. 1 short per day minimum, ideally more if you can manage it. The more history your channel has going into June, the better position that you're in. Oh, also, this is something worth planning in advance. I recommend everyone to build a content calendar for the 6 weeks of the tournament before it even starts. Get to know which stories you're going to tell, which moments you're going to react to, which team content you're going to make as each country progresses. Like, the channels that are going to struggle during the tournament are pretty much the ones that are scrambling to come up with ideas in real time. You don't want to be that guy. But the ones that are going to do well are the ones that already know exactly what they're posting and when. One more thing that I want to touch on because I think people really underestimate this. Even if you don't hit monetization before the tournament, the channel you build during the World Cup is an asset that outlasts the 6 weeks. Football content is evergreen in a way that very few other niches are. The Premier League, La Liga, the Champions League, the transfer window, the next international tournament, the audience doesn't disappear when the World Cup ends. They come back for every single major football moment for the rest of their lives. A channel with, let's say, 50,000 subscribers built during the tournament is worth far more than whatever ad revenue it earned during those 6 weeks, because now you have 50,000 people who are genuinely interested in football content and, well, who you can keep serving indefinitely. And beyond ad revenue, the sponsorship and affiliate opportunities in football are some of the best on the platform. Sports betting affiliates where legal in your region, football equipment and kit affiliates, streaming service partnerships, fantasy sports apps. I mean, the monetization options for a football channel with a real audience go way beyond YouTube AdSense alone. Guys, the window for this is real. It's short and it's happening once because the next World Cup after this is 2030. Alright, so to recap, the 2026 FIFA World Cup is the single biggest monetization opportunity in YouTube Shorts right now because it's the first World Cup where Shorts is fully mature, and because YouTube has an official partnership with FIFA, that means the algorithm is going to be actively pushing football content because the tournament is hosted in North America, which is the highest RPM demographic on the platform, and because the football short space is still underdeveloped relative to how big the audience is going to be. The move is to start now, pick one angle, post consistently, and be monetized before the first match kicks off. And if you want help building all of this out specifically one-on-one, using my World Cup strategy that I've already mapped out, I've helped people like Pierrek triple his views in the first 9 days working with me, and Mason make over $24,000 in the last 3 months from just one channel. This is just a small snapshot of the results some of my students have been getting, so if you want to get similar, you can click the link in the description, fill out the short application, and see if you're the right fit. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.